Okay guys, I'm just going to start over. I shot a couple videos, but they're pretty crappy. It's not, the morning's not started out good, so anyway, I'm going to just do a little recap here. 1985 Honda 125M that I picked up from a farmer for $100. He got a new, I don't know, I think it was a Foreman 400 or something like that, 4x4. And then so this thing just started sitting, and then it got shoved in a corner. Then somebody backed into it, and then they, you can see the plastics popped off, and then they kept running over it and so forth or what have you. So the guy just finally decided that if he left it there any longer, it'd be destroyed, and decided to come off of it. So I picked it up pretty cheap. Anyway, what I got so far is I got good news, bad news. I checked the compression, and the compression is excellent. Especially for sitting, because it usually comes up a little bit better once you get the motor running and it warms up and everything expands. Usually when an engine's laying like that, for future use for you guys, when the engine's laying horizontal, which a lot of them do, the piston lays down on that, on the cylinder, and the rings stick to one side. So then when you try to get it started or check the compression, sometimes you won't hardly have any because the ring's stuck, and it takes a little bit. You have to put the oil in there or somehow get it half running, and then they'll unstick, and then you got compression. So I started out with 150 psi right off the bat with this, which is a good sign. So the pistons probably, the rings aren't stuck or whatever, but it will usually get better if you can get it running. Anyway, good news, bad news. Got good compression, like I said. I do have spark, but what I came across, I didn't realize it when I picked it up, was this is the old carburetor off of here. And the petcock on these is mounted, it's part of the carburetor. So, whoops, sorry, carburetor bowl here, I'm grabbing the top, right here. And what happened is, it looks to me, with my investigation, is that this petcock was in the off position, as you can see, and somebody tried to turn it on and was going the wrong way, and I guess, they grabbed a pair of pliers or something, because it basically, that's what it looked like. It looked like they snapped it in this direction. That's how it was sitting. And here's the tiny little piece. Excuse me, sorry. Here's a tiny little piece that goes in there. I could probably patch it up and all that stuff and have the original carburetor once again. Just goes in there somehow. And but yeah, right. I mean, I can get this carburetor for 17 bucks online. It's not the same one. It's one of those Chinese ones, and I've had good luck and bad luck with them. Some of them I've gotten, they leak right off the bat, out of the bottom. Other ones, they'll rev high. You can't get the idle down on them. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But as you can see with this thing, it looks like I'm just going to probably get it running, get it shaped up a little bit, clean it up, probably stitch the plastics together the best I can and sell it like that. And then if that person wants to take it to the next level, good for them. I'll probably paint it up, obviously. I was just going to get it running today and flip it, make a couple $100 off of it, but now I'm going to have to wait for the carburetor, that kind of stuff. So then that you end up tinkering a little more. But this is a true barn find. You can see, still got the hay and the straw. I mean, that's actually hay there. It did come out of a barn. He had pulled it outside for me when I got there, and then we had to find the plastic because it was in another barn. But anyway, so that's the update on it. Sorry once again for the crappy video. It's New Year's Eve. It's a little chilly. It's raining out here. I got it outside the basement here while I'm just trying to do a few things. I was going to try to doctor this carb up just so I could get it running and hear it, but I already know it's going to run. Good compression, spark, and a new carb. I don't have a problem. Next issue is, it looks like this isn't too bad, this rust here, but there's a little wet under there, and this side I believe is definitely leaking in. It's definitely leaking here and on the back side of it back here. So I'm gonna have to do one of two things. I'm gonna either have to get another tank or do a tank treatment. Since this tank doesn't have a bunch of dents in it, it's almost perfect. I'll probably just go ahead and do the cream tank treatment, which has worked really good for me in the past. If you follow direction, I mean, people were paying me really well to do their tanks. I mean, several hundred. I was like getting $250 and $300 for doing people's gas tanks. And I don't have one yet that's had any kind of problems. If you do it right, it will last forever. It's basically a plastic tank at that point. You use all the cream. It says only use what you need, but that's not right. Pour that whole thing in there, and you got to keep turning it and turning it. Sometimes it's hours. You have to stand there and just turn that tank until it's properly coated. But then it's a plastic tank inside now. So anyway, then what I'd probably do is since the stickers, I love that nostalgic look, what I usually do is I tape these stickers off, the decals, because they're all still there. Like I say, it's been under a pavilion, kind of like a barn that wasn't closed in. But I'll tape those stickers off, and then I'll repaint the tank. Once I line it, I'll repaint it all fresh, and I'll have that nostalgic looking sticker. So it's kind of cool. Paint the rims up, do all that stuff. Hear my nose running? Woo! It's chilly out here. But anyway, that's the deal, guys. So once again, sorry about the crappy videos. You got the Dragon here. Dragon works, and stay tuned, see what happens. Carburetor will probably be here. It'll probably take a couple days to get it. So, alright guys, thanks for watching.